If you are a fan of The Ooze by King Krule, here are some jazz and bossa nova albums that influenced him that you should definitely check out. Archie Marshall is a real musician's musician. He's always searched for chords and melodies that go beyond basic pop conventions and sensibilities, which almost invariably leads to jazz if you're a real music enthusiast. One of my high school friends, who was an excellent jazz pianist, said that he thought jazz was the meeting place between the technical and the beautiful, and I think that's a really great way to put it. Archie has also said that he has been inspired by bossa nova, a genre also known for unconventional chords and melodies. Bossa nova did not derive from jazz, but it certainly has a lot of creative overlap, and the two genres have crossed paths lots of times over the years. My first album recommendation is Cet Baker with 50 Italian Strings. There isn't really much vocals on this album, which is not a problem for me because I would much rather hear Chet play trumpet than sing anyway. That being said, the 50 strings add a really somber and cinematic atmosphere to this whole album, which reminds me quite a bit of King Krule's work. Next up, we have the Bill Evans Trio with Waltz for Debbie. Bill Evans was one of the most important jazz pianists ever, and I think his soft, beautiful jazz is something that Archie Marshall clearly takes cues from. This album also is well known for featuring bassist Scott LaFaro, who was not on very many recordings with Bill Evans or at all because he died very young, but he did a lot to elevate the bass beyond being a backing instrument into a main player. Now I have two bossa nova albums, the first of which is Antonio Carlos Hobim with the composer of Desafinado Plays. Antonio Carlos Hobim wrote most of the most famous bossa nova tracks, including The Girl from Ipanema. This album, it's instrumental entirely, no vocals. It's beautifully arranged. It's got the minimalist arrangement that King Krule says he prefers, that I also think I prefer. And I think as a bossa nova mellow sound piece, this is the best you're going to get. My next bossa nova album is probably the best known bossa nova album out there in the mainstream. This is Stan Getz and João Gilberto with Getz Gilberto. This album, unlike the previous one, has a lot going on. It's got saxophone playing from Getz. It has singing in Portuguese as well as in English. It has a lot of the same tracks ultimately because a lot of bossa nova songs have become standards in the jazz canon, but it's done in a different way. And this album really helps spread bossa nova beyond Brazil. If you've heard of the genre, this is almost certainly the first album you've heard of, and it's a very good album, so I think that makes a lot of sense.